welcome to Journey of Faith. Tonight we have a special fun skit for you to watch. Enjoy it.
Danielle, what are you doing, honey?
Mom, I have a question for you.
Okay, what's that?
How come you don't wear a cape?
A cape? Why would I need a cape?
Because you're a superhero?
I am?
Of course you are. You're a superhero with the greatest power, love.
How do you know I have this superpower?
Because you use it all the time.
I do?
You always take care of me when I'm sick.
Well, baby, that's my job.
And you always make me feel better when I'm sad or I'm scared.
Aw, honey, I don't ever want you to be scared.
And you always protect me when bad guys break into the house.
Bad guys?
Yes, Mom. Bad guys who break in and steal my baby dolls and your jewelry and your dad's baseball cards.
Is someone in the house now, Meow?
It doesn't matter that they're bigger to you, and it doesn't matter if they have knives.
Knives?
I know you'd risk your neck to save me because you love me.
Danielle, are there robbers in the house right now?
What? Of course not.
Then why would you say all those things?
Because I know in my heart that you would protect me with your love because it's your superpower.
I never thought of it like a superpower.
Seriously, Mom, your love for me is super, just like God's love is super.
Well, I do love you very much.
So, where's your cape?
I don't have a cape.
But you need one.
Didn't you see The Incredibles? Superheroes don't wear capes. They're dangerous.
Yeah, I guess they are. I mean, if you had a cape and you were trying to run for it from all those evil guys, then they would do is grab your cape and
Danielle.
Okay, thanks for loving me, Mom. I love you.
I love you too, sweetheart.
I know. It's your superpower. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Mother's Day. Mother's Day is Sunday. So what I want y'all to do is go grab a piece of paper and a pencil and draw me a picture of your mom. Okay, I know your moms look beautiful. So now what I want you to do is add a cape to her back because moms are superheroes. They're wonderful, amazing people, and they do everything for us and take care of us. So tonight we're going to hear a story about Moses' mom. You may never even remember her name. It is called Jochebed, and Jochebed really loved Moses and she wanted to take care of him. So y'all watch this video and check it out.
The Faithful Hall of Fame, Moses. This is Moses.
Heyo.
Moses was an Israelite boy born in Egypt in a time when Israelite boys were not supposed to live.
Wait, huh?
The Israelites were slaves to the Egyptians. But God had a special plan for Moses,
Oh, eh?
and he spent his childhood in the palace of the Pharaoh. You see, when Moses grew up, he made a big mistake.
Uh-oh.
Pharaoh found out what Moses had done, and he tried to have Moses killed.
Ah!
So Moses ran away from Egypt. He stopped in the land of Midian,
Ah.
and 7 sisters came to the well to give water to their father's flock. Some shepherds came to drive them away,
Hey, you.
but Moses stood up for the women.
Hey. Ow.
Now these sisters were the daughters of the Midianite priest named Jethro. When Jethro heard what Moses did for his daughters, he sent for Moses. So Moses came to live among the Midianites, and he married Zipporah, one of Jethro's daughters.
Huh?
Meanwhile, back in Egypt, the old Pharaoh died, but he was replaced by a new Pharaoh who continued to treat the Israelites poorly.
Oh, man.
The Israelites cried out to God because of the terrible things that the Pharaoh made them do. God heard these people and knew it was time to act. One day, Moses was tending Jethro's flock when an angel of the Lord appeared to Moses through a burning bush that would not burn up.
Whoa.
Moses stopped to look at the bush and he heard the voice of God say, "Moses, Moses."
Hello?
God then told Moses how sad he was because of the suffering of his people. He told Moses that he wanted to do something about it, and he wanted Moses to be the one to do it.
Oh, me?
But Moses did not think he was the right person to go. God said, "I will be with you."
Morning.
But Moses said that he wouldn't know the right thing to say to the people. So God said to tell the people that God himself had sent him and promised Moses that his plan would be fulfilled through Moses. But Moses still said to God that he did not think the people would believe him. So God said, "What is that in your hand?"
Oh, me?
Moses said, "A staff." God told Moses to throw it on the ground.
Wow, okay.
Then God told Moses to catch it. God showed Moses another sign
Huh? Phew.
and told him to show these signs to the people if they did not believe what he said. Moses still didn't think he would have the right words to say, but God said that he himself was the one who made a man's mouth and gave him the ability to speak, so there was no need to worry. Yet even after all this, Moses said, "God, please send someone else." Then God got mad at Moses
Oops.
and said that he would send Moses' brother Aaron to speak for Moses. So Moses went back to his father-in-law and told him that he needed to go back to Egypt. Moses and his family started their journey back to Egypt, and Moses carried the staff of God in his hand, for this staff would be the tool God would use to demonstrate his awesome power to the Israelites and to the Egyptians.
So our story tonight comes from Exodus chapter 2. Now, I don't know if you remember why the Israelites are in Egypt, but the Israelites are in Egypt because it goes back to Joseph. Remember, Joseph had some brothers, about 11 of them. He was number 11, and then he had a younger brother named Benjamin. He was 12, and Joseph was the favorite. And Joseph's dad made him a coat of many colors, and he had all these wild dreams, and he told his brothers that their sheep would bow down to him, and then went on to tell and brag to his brothers about how powerful he would one day be. So Joseph's brother got tired of hearing about his little dreamers, and they sent him away and sold him into slavery. So Joseph had spent time in prison, and he had interpreted the dream of the king. And the king put him second in charge because there was a famine that was coming. They had 7 good years and 7 bad years. And Joseph took care of all the people of Egypt, and then during the 7 years of famine, his brothers came and ended up living in Egypt, and he fed his whole entire family. So that's why the Egyptians had the Israelites in their country. And then one day, a king came into power that did not know Joseph and did not know what he had done for his people. And the Israelites were getting larger and larger. So they had this king come in, and he's like, "There's too many Israelites. We need to enslave them." And that's how they ended up in slavery. And Jochebed wanted to save Moses. And so, like any superhero mom would do, she made a basket for her son and took him out to the Nile and saved him from being killed by the evil king. And that's how much she loved him. She was willing to sacrifice her own life to save him. And that's what Jesus did for us. He came down out of heaven and came to save all of his people. So we see a reflection of what Jesus did for us in the story of Moses being saved so that he could save his people. Because if we fast forward, we know that Moses does what? He gets God's people out of slavery. He takes them to the promised land. So it's a beautiful picture of what God has for us and how He saves us. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's story, and don't forget to thank your mom for being a superhero mom. See y'all soon. Bye y'all.